All right, I will call this meeting to order. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Dodge? Commissioner Lieberman? Commissioner Rice?
Here, let us stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our first item is the county engineer.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My paperwork didn't have a presentation from, sorry. Okay, so we have a number of items for consideration today. First is Resolution 22-822 to authorize an agreement with Russell Standard Corporation for the 2022 crack seal program countywide at their lowest and best bid of $144,413.24 through September 23rd of 2022. 823 is to authorize a reimbursement agreement with CenterPoint Energy for gas line relocation in connection with the Little York Road Bridge Replacement Project in Butler Township. 824 is to amend the approved 2022 permissive license fee program for the municipalities. 825 is to authorize the closing of Little York Road between Peters Pike and North Dixie Drive, lasting approximately 68 days for a bridge replacement. 826 is to set the date of June 4th, 2022 for the viewing and June 28th, 2022 for the hearing on the Huffman Road Bridge Replacement Project in Jefferson Township. And 827 is to post a load limit for the Huffman Road Bridge over Bear Creek in Jefferson Township.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye. County Sheriff?
Thank you, Commissioners. Under the County Sheriff, we have Resolution 828, submit a grant application to the Ohio Department of Public Safety, Recovery Ohio Major Drug Interdiction, Ohio Organized Crime Investigations Commission, in the amount of $106,122.77. We also have two authorization of purchases. Resolution 829, GL Byers Son Holding LLC, DBA Byers Ford, for two Ford Transit vehicles in an amount not to exceed $72,332.
Most offensive questions you can ask a person of color.
We also have Resolution 830.
That was bizarre.
Power phone for licensing and use of the Total Response Emergency Dispatching Program for the Regional Dispatch Center in an amount not to exceed $218,924 through December 31st, 2026.
I move for approval. Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Common Pleas Court?
Thank you, Commissioners. Under the Common Pleas Court, we have Resolution 831, declare personal property comprised of one mosaic previously purchased for the use of the Day Reporting Center be obsolete and no longer needed and be sold at the cost of $1 by private sale pursuant to Section 307.12 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Juvenile Court?
Thank you, Commissioners. On behalf of Anthony Capizzi, Administrative Judge, we have Resolution 22-0832, which is authorized the purchase from Storm 7 Labs LLC of firewall installation services for our new Palo Alto 460 firewalls in an amount not to exceed $24,000.
I move for approval. Second.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Auditor's Office?
Under the Auditor's Office, we have Resolution 833, authorization purchases, Axway Inc. for software subscription services in an amount not to exceed $16,005.95, and Resolution 834, Caresoft Technology Corporation for Crystal Software Maintenance Services in an amount not to exceed $15,409.56 through December 13th, 2023.
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
County Administrator?
Under the County Administrator, under the Clerk's Office, we have approved the minutes of the meetings on May 17th, 2022. Resolution 835, approval of bills, and Resolution 836, approval of travel and expenses. Both of those lists are available in the Clerk's Office.
I move for approval. Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Administrative Services?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. We have a number of resolutions for your consideration today. The first is 837. This is the approval of personnel actions. This list is available in the clerk's office. 838, authorize an agreement with the Matrix Companies for workers' compensation third-party administration services for the Risk Safety and Emergency Management Department in an amount not to exceed $117,900 through June 30th of 2023 with options to renew. 839 amends the letter of understanding with the Department of Job and Family Services for the rental of 178,643 square feet of office space located at the Job Center through December 31st of 2022 with automatic renewable one-year terms. 840 amends the price agreement with Sparks Commercial Tires Incorporated for solid waste loader tires to allow an increase of 30% for the first renewal option in response to market volatility and extend the term through May 31st of 2023. 841 rescinds resolution number 22-0264, authorizing a price agreement with Adam Dwyer Funeral Trade Incorporated for body removal services for the coroner's office. And Resolution 842 extends the price agreement with Adam Dwyer Funeral Trade Incorporated for body removal services for the coroner's office through January 31st of 2024. And 843 requests proposals for travel management services. The following two resolutions solicit bids. The first is 844 with Montgomery County Environmental Services Environmental Lab at an estimated cost of $6,100,000, and 845 with Arthur Fisher Park Refinish North Tennis Courts Project at an estimated cost of $83,000. The following two resolutions solicit bids for the Office of Emergency Management. The first is 846 for vehicle barriers to be used by local law enforcement agencies in Homeland Security Region 3, and 847 for a mobile surveillance trailer to be used by local law enforcement agencies. And the following resolutions approve Courthouse Square vendors license agreements for rental space on Courthouse Square through December 31st of 2022. The first is 848 with BB&B Delicious Foods. The next is 849 with Brock Masterson's, and the last is 850 with Phoebe's Cafe.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Environmental Services.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. First one we have is Resolution 851, accept an easement deed for water lines through property belonging to Washington Square Land Development in connection with the Dorothy Lane Market water main relocate and record the same. 852, accept the performance bond for the Soliday Water Main Extension Development in the amount of $45,771. 853, accept the official check and Subdividers contract from Washington Square Land Development for the Dorothy Lane Market Water Main Relocate in the amount of $7,856. 854, approve the plan specifications and estimated cost of $1,350,000 and solicit bids for the construction of water facilities for the Dorothy Water Main Replacement Project. Following two are to amend agreements. 855 with Outdoor Enterprise LLC for construction of the Erosion Control Project Phase 2, Sites 7 and 11 by adding $24,291.07 to the original amount for a revised total of $494,249.07. And 856 with Outdoor Enterprise LLC for construction of the Sheldon Water Main Replacement Project by adding $24,545.11 to the original amount for a revised total of $677,105.71. The next two are to release 100% of the maintenance bonds and subdividers contracts from DMK Development Group, LLC. First is 857, Trilogy Senior Care Facility Water Main Project, and 858, Vienna Parkway Water Main Relocate Project. And the following three are to accept subdividers contracts. First is 859 with Midwest Properties Corporation for the 2850 Needmore Road Sanitary Sewer Extension Development. 860 with Paragon Mills JV LLC for the Paragon Farm Development. And 861 Hunters Path Project 1 LLC for the Hunters Path Development Phase 1.
I move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Commissioners, before you go on to HHS, I just wanted to let you know that Resolution 844 on the lab is a very large ARPA project, and it's going to touch pretty much all of about 250,000 customers and subscribers of our water and sewer throughout the community to have a state-of-the-art lab so that we can test the quality of the water, but we can also test the water quality that we're putting back into the river through our sewers. So I want to thank you for your support of this project. These are the type of projects that ARPA was meant for, and just to let you know that we're moving forward on that.
That's great, thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Right,
Thanks,
well, and,
Matt.
and these kind of investments now,
Yeah.
you know, really prepare us for the future so we don't get caught.
Yeah.
It's far worse when it's not at a time that you choose.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be nice for them to have a nice new place. Yeah. So construction has started out there, correct, or not?
I don't think we've started,
Oh,
Tyler. Have
okay.
we started anything? I think we're just in the
Oh, okay.
preliminary stages,
Okay.
trying to get it ready for solicit for bids.
Great, thanks.
All right, Human Services.
Good afternoon. Under Human Services Planning and Development, Resolution 862, will accept a grant from the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities to provide early intervention services for infants and toddlers with disabilities, ages birth through 2 years, in the amount of $1,204,602 for state fiscal year 2023. A63 will accept two grant amendments from the Ohio Department of Development to provide assistance to households at risk or experiencing homelessness. Then under the Department of Job and Family Services, 864 will authorize a facility rental agreement with Sinclair Community College for the Kane Conference in an amount not to exceed $6,443.25. 865 will authorize an affiliation agreement with Indiana Wesley University to provide educational field experiences for undergraduate, graduate, and postgraduate candidates pursuing a degree in the social work program through December 31st, 2024. And then we need to authorize two agreements for substitute care services through March 31st, 2024. They are with Inspiring Life and the State of Michigan Department of Human Services, Detroit Behavioral Institute.
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Business Services.
Thank you, Commissioners. Under Business Services, I have 6 resolutions for you today. First is 0868, authorizing a purchase from Keeper Security, Inc. for annual storage and maintenance for the BCC IT Department in an amount not to exceed $3,619.50. Under Workforce, 869, authorizing work experience and guidance program agreements with various local businesses. Under Community Economic Development, 870, accept an donation from Premier Health on behalf of the Office of Strategic Initiatives for the Fatherhood Picnic in the amount of $2,000. The next 3 are authorizing a delegation of activities agreement utilizing Community Development Block Grant funds. First is 0871, Harrison Township for the tornado damaged properties demolition project in an amount not to exceed $109,000 through June 30th, 2023. 872, Harrison Township for their scattered site demolition project in an amount not to exceed $73,442 through June 30th, 2023. And 0873, City of Germantown for the Kircher Park Accessibility Improvements Project Phase 3 in an amount not to exceed $48,000 through March 31st, 2023.
Okay, I just have a couple questions. The 871, is that demolition project, is that tied in with what's happening with the, what's it called? You guys went to one of the openings, the ones that are rebuilding,
Shoot, the property's off Shoot Mill.
no, Pathways, yeah,
Pathways?
yeah.
No.
Okay, so this is to tear down those monsters on
Shoot Mill?
Shoot Mill.
No.
No.
We're still working on that with Five Rivers and the city of Dayton. We'd like to get there if we can.
You know, okay, so now it's been 3 years. I drove by there the other day, and man, it's, you know, there's still curtains hanging from that one that sits way up on the hill.
Part of it is, we don't own the land.
No, I know.
So we've got
It's,
to get the land transaction complete before we can do it.
I get it. It's just unbelievable though, isn't it? But what I wanted to say about Pathways is, that's a great project.
In fact, they've invited us to come build if we want to soon, so I'll be sure to get that on your calendar.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so I'll move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. And under County Commissioners, we have Resolution 874 to reappoint Jeff Startzman to serve on the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services, or ADAMIS Board, for a 4-year term ending May 7th, 2026.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, and now we will, okay. We are going to
It's fine.
go into a hearing for the Astoria Road Culvert Replacement Project, which is located in German Township.
Yes, Commissioners, our award-winning project manager, Joe Dura, will be doing the presentation.
I love that. That's what we always have to call it. Forever. Award winning. You know how people, when they get an Oscar. You won.
She's going to put the Third Street Bridge on their annual report.
Cool. Oh, that's nice. Oh, good. Great. Prettiest bridge around. Rotary? Rotary. Commissioner Dodge. Are you gonna do the motion or do you want me to do it? Are you gonna do this or do you want me to do it?
You can do it. I'll second.
Okay. Big decisions. It's
There we
okay.
go.
We're fine.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay, Joe? Ready to go? Oh,
You ready?
yes.
Yes, sir.
We're supposed to do that.
Mr. Dura, Mr. Gruner, and anyone else who will offer testimony in this hearing, if you could raise your right hand, please, gentlemen. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, now, yeah.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, Administrator, ladies and gentlemen, my name again is Joseph Durham with the Montgomery County Engineers Office. This is the hearing for the Astoria Road Culvert Replacement Project. This particular culvert's located in German Township, immediately southwest of Germantown, just north of the Warren County line. Zooming in on an aerial, the general area of this project, it's a residential area in more of the rural section of the county. The overall scope is to replace the existing culvert, match the existing roadway alignment, just put back what's there, and then improve the shoulders of the road to follow more of the current roadway design guides for safety grading, to provide a forgiving road should motorists unfortunately leave the road. The existing condition, photo on the left, is the existing culvert. It's a twin cell structure that's at the end of its useful life. The photo on the right, what it's showing is the metal in the pipe has corroded to the point that it's rusted through, it's cracking. The bottom of the pipe, which should be flat, is actually starting to heave up. So this is a soil interactive structure. When you start seeing that shape change, it's time to address the structure. So we are going to fully replace it with a new concrete box structure. Hydraulically, it'll be a superior structure in that it'll be a single cell, whereas the photo on the left, this existing structure is called a dual cell. There's two different openings, which these tend to lead to more maintenance due to capture of debris, whereas the single cell is less maintenance issues. Getting down on the street, looking southbound along Astoria Road, there are two driveways in the immediate vicinity of the project that the culvert actually runs diagonally between under the road. The two properties, one on the west side, parcel number 1, one on the east side, parcel 2, both of which will be extending standard highway easement due to the new structure type. There's a little additional footprint on the inlet and outlet structure. And then that safety grading is going to warrant the need for some temporary easements. Starting on the west side of the road, the Broomberg parcel, parcel 1, you can see the green highlighted area is that extension of the highway easement, and the blue is the temporary easement that we'll need. Doing some photos along the road to get a better feel. So we're standing basically on the driveway to the Ronenberg parcel, looking south along the west side of the road at a ditch line draining to the driveway. We'll be putting a catch basin here to catch that water coming down the ditch line. We'll carry it across the road. This is looking down at the house, which sets back, and then turning, looking northbound along the west side of the road. The mailbox you see, the trees, those will be impacted due to the grading and the structure replacement as well. The mailbox will be replaced with a new crash-worthy style mailbox. And the area that you see right now off the side of the road, how it falls immediately off that edge of pavement, that's going to be a flat grassed area, again, to provide that safety grading. There we go. I just got to keep it awake. So, as I stated, some of those impacts, that's what we're showing on this slide. The trees, there is some fence that'll come down, which is currently within the standard highway easement. And then like I said, the mailbox will be removed and reset. Moving to the east side of the road, this is the Harpster parcel. The green is indicating the extension of that highway easement that we'll need, and the blue again is showing that temporary easement for the safety grading. This is again, we're standing on the driveway to the Harpster. We're looking south along the east side of Astoria Road. There really is no ditch along this side in the project limits. The water actually drains into the channel on the outlet end prior to the driveway. We're looking down the Harpster Drive. So both drives will be restored, matching their existing profile. So their asphalt will go back. They have, on the Harpster, they have the gravel along the edges. We'll put that back. This is looking more along the east side, going north of the Harpster property. It's hard to tell, but there's actually a fence within that brush area, which encloses an area where they have a horse, at least 2 horses we saw out there. We are going to relocate that fence for this project. We're just pushing it back a little bit, and we'll obviously keep it closed off so there's no issues with the animals. So this again is just showing those types of impacts. On the right, you see the fence to be removed and relocated to coordinate with property owners. Again, that's to make sure the animals stay secure and safe. The fences work's being done due to the grading that's necessary to create that safety grading and the work related to the driveway. And then as we're showing, there's some trees that have to get taken down due to the said grading. Overall project cost is the design's being done in-house by the county engineer's office. A third-party appraiser will come in and actually determine the price for these easements. And then we estimate the construction to be about $240,000. We have been successful in obtaining a grant from the Ohio Public Works Commission for $75,000. Overall schedule of the project, we are wrapping up with the design, entering into the right-of-way phase, which will take us from now through January of '23. We'll then turn around and do the advertising and award, and then construction will take a few months, starting in July, wrapping up in August of 2023. Astoria Road will need to be closed during construction due to the nature of the work. So the detour route that we're showing is utilizing had that name, I apologize. It's Keister Road on the south, which is in Warren County, and then Germantown, Middletown off to the east, and then Friend Road on the north. And with that, if anyone's got any questions.
Good
Thank you
presentation.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will move that we close the public hearing and determine that the project is needed and the safety, convenience, and welfare for the traveling public requires the Astoria Road Culvert Replacement Project in German Township, and recognize it is also necessary to facilitate the right of the public to improvement and maintenance of and uninterrupted travel to county roads pursuant to Chapter 5553 of the Ohio Revised Code, and authorize the county engineer to proceed with right-of-way negotiations.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The hearing is closed.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
And next we go, do we have any comments from citizens? Okay, comments by our county administrator.
Thank you, Commissioners. You know, it's a great partnership that we have with our food bank, and Michelle and her team, they do a fantastic job. We're really blessed to have them in the community. So our food bank distributed more than 17 million pounds of food in 2021, which is a staggering amount. And we know that many families are still having difficulty. So Montgomery County is working with the state of Ohio on a $3 million community development block grant for the Dayton Food Bank. This grant will help meet the increased demand for food. The food bank has also had to nearly double the size of its team based on the distribution. And this $3 million grant can help cover the cost of salaries and benefits for additional personnel. Also, the number of Montgomery County residents on SNAP or food assistance has grown every month this year. And we are now over 81,000 citizens in Montgomery County on SNAP at the end of April. So the need is clearly ongoing. It's not going down. And Commissioners, I thank you for your support, especially Commissioner Dodge. I know food and food equity and inequity has been a champion. You've been a champion in that space. And so that we can use these dollars to help the community and help a community partner like the food bank to make sure that our residents have the food necessarily to feed their families. So thank you, Commissioners, and thanks our team. Chris, you and your team, and Tawana, I know they've worked hard to put this grant together. This is big for everyone, so thank you.
Well, Michelle Riley and that staff they just do an outstanding job, and I don't know
Sure
what
do.
we'd do without them, that's for sure. So,
No.
another pressing food need lately is baby formula. And the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services released ideas to help families cope with that shortage. You can only imagine how scary and frustrating this shortage must be for parents. But Health and Human Services recommends not trying to stretch the amount of formula you have. Don't water down the formula or replace the formula with water, juice, or milk. Do not use homemade formula. Dayton Children's Hospital says cow's milk is not recommended until your child is a year old. So those are some things that you should not do. What can you do? First, know that most babies will do just fine with a similar brand of substitute formula. Another thing, ask your pediatrician or call United Way's 211 hotline to see if they have any formula samples. If your baby requires specialized formula and you're not sure what to replace it with, please talk to your pediatrician. Local families who participate in the Women, Infants, and Children program can contact their WIC office for help. So,
It's a great.
scary
Others.
out there, scary.
Unexpected and.
Yeah.
I know. I saw a special last night on the factory, the plant that was closed, and it was like, seriously, what was going on? So it's really bad, right? I know a couple new moms that are really struggling.
Yeah.
So May is almost over, and you've heard us talk over the last few weeks about our Culture Works campaign that's going on right here in the county. And we have a few more days for our employees to get in on purchasing or getting their passport membership savings. And those passports, I know I've used it many times. You know, just if we give a donation and become a member, it includes 2-for-1 tickets to performances, and there's also discounts on other retail establishments and restaurants in our region. And so Culture Works has done such a great job in making sure that our various and numerous arts, it's the gambit, you know, from small groups to our larger groups. And Culture Works really does a great job bringing it all together. But our area arts need our support. And, you know, it's time to go back. We all recently went back to the Schuster and for a performance. And, you know, during the pandemic, we all focused, we being government and a lot of nonprofits, we focused on keeping the lights on and how could we do that.
Yeah.
But now that things have improved, we all want to get back and get going. Lovett's getting ready to open, so that's exciting. But we need to be out enjoying live performances. And we know, and we talk about it all the time, the arts add so much to our community. We're very fortunate that we have the variety of arts that we have in Montgomery County. So let's keep them thriving, and please consider giving to cultureworks.org.
Absolutely. And remember, if you, at least for our employees, the sooner you get in, the more drawings you might be
that's right.
eligible for. And believe it or not, I actually won one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so if I can win, anybody can win.
Emily's still bragging about her third place bowling.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
She's hanging her award up so everybody can see it.
Yes, yes.
Way to go, Ann.
Well, looking forward to this long weekend that we have coming up. As you know, it's still spring, but summer is on its way, and this Monday is Memorial Day. And the pools will be opening up, barbecues, people will be having get-togethers with family and friends, and it's kind of the unofficial start of summer. And I don't know about all of you, but I am so ready for summer because it seems like it's been kind of a unusual spring, very rainy and colder. So we're gonna probably go straight into hot summer, but I'm welcoming it. And, but addition to all of that, we have to keep in mind what the holiday is really all about. And we've observed this holiday now for 154 years. And we should all really pause and think about all the many brave men and women who have given their lives in service to our great country, because it is they we have to thank for the many freedoms that we all enjoy today. And we know that these freedoms, we've heard this phrase many a time, freedoms are not free. They actually have borne a great cost for these freedoms. And so I ask each of us to think of all the military families of those individuals, as well as those individuals, and especially those who've made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. And although it isn't Veterans Day, this is Memorial Day, it's just another good reason to thank any active duty service members or veterans that come into your network for their service, because we all truly do appreciate that volunteer. So let us, I know I'm going to the Centerville Memorial Day service, 9 a.m. on Monday. And you're going to Northmont, and I said your cemetery.
Memorial Park, Butler Township.
So I'm sure many of people listening will also be finding their own way. So do take pause in the midst of our beginning of summer to really think about the real reason that we have this special day off, because it's oh so very important. So with that, do I have a motion to adjourn? Or our next meeting, I should say, will be, there's not going to be a Montgomery County Commission meeting on Tuesday, May 31st. And so our next meeting, because it's a holiday weekend, will be, oh my goodness, Tuesday, June 7th, 2022 at 1:30 p.m. So we are already going into June which just seems impossible. But do I have a motion to adjourn?
Well, before I move, I have to give a shout out. Erica, are you here? Erica Mattingly. She's gonna be so embarrassed, but she's been my assistant and she's leaving me. She's gonna stay home with her family, and we'll miss you, but you've just done, just great job these past, 3 or 4 years you've been with me, so you have to come back and visit. That's the rule.
We're gonna miss you, Erica.
Yeah, we will.
Miss you.
Yep,
You've
yep,
been a
yep.
calming presence in the Dodge office, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah, sometimes there's a little hysteria back there by my
But
office.
You said she's gonna stay home with her family, but she got a lot of work ahead of her. She purchased a farm,
Yeah.
so she's gonna be our local farm girl. So we'll be watching the progress there.
Yep. Okay, well, I will move then to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And now, we will have
Have a
a
hearing.
viewing of the Airway Road Bridge Replacement Project in the city of Riverside.
Yes, Commissioners, Cedric McGee is our project manager on this project, and he will be giving the presentation.
I know.
Sometimes they would stay and listen to be nice about it. They just pack up and go. Oh, yeah, that's okay. I don't blame them. I know.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Cedric McGee, project engineer of the Airway Road Bridge Replacement. Want to thank the Montgomery County Commissioners and engineer and everyone else, administration, everyone, for giving me the opportunity to stand in your presence. So the Airway Road project, we're gonna discuss the importance and the necessity of this project, the need, and we'll go over project impacts during the hearing on June the 7th. So the Airway Road, this is a bird's eye view on the area of Airway Road project site. The red box in the middle of the screen is the project site location of the bridge. You can approach this project site. It is located 200 feet east of the traffic signal intersection of Harshman Avenue and Windman Drive. You can actually take a 15-minute drive from here downtown, traveling West 3rd Street to East 3rd Street, and that eventually turns into Airway Road. So the project scope is a complete structure replacement. We're going to replace the existing structure. It is structurally deficient. We'll match the existing roadway alignment with improved profile. We'll upgrade the guardrail and safety grading, replace existing storm sewers, replace the bridge walk and bike lanes. There'll be underground and aerial utility relocations as well. And this project will be in two-phase construction. So instead of the road being closed, traffic will be maintained where the bridge will be built on one half of Airway Road in one phase. And there will be one lane of traffic in each direction, east and westbound. And then once that phase one is completed, then there'll be a phase two where the bridge will be built on the other side of the road and 2 lanes of traffic, 1 lane in each direction, eastbound and westbound. Traffic will be maintained. And so the objective of this project is to replace the bridge that is currently in poor condition. If you look on the left of the screen, the inspector is taking notes. He's noting the lamination and the cracking. There's rusted, corroded guardrail and drip strip, and there's calcium chloride dripping from the from the concrete slab. And then on the right of the screen, you can see on the bottom of the slab, there's exposed steel. And then the wall, there's calcium chloride seeping through the walls. And so,
I don't have to say anything, but is this safe for today to drive the things that are dripping from it?
it is safe.
We're not long.
The structure is monitored on an annual basis by our inspector, who you see on the screen. And at the moment, the structure is rated in 4 out of 9. So it's still safe to drive. It's not time to close the bridge yet.
How does the calcium chloride, does it just from the structure itself? Where does that come from?
It's from the salt on the road and it leaks through joints and cracks. However,
So it's all those years.
lines to get through the concrete. We try to prevent that as much as possible, but it does make its way through, so.
Okay.
We try to find new and better ways to do that all the time, but,
The
you know.
beaches and stuff.
Yeah.
I
Well-
was like learning new things from Cedric. I learned a new word from you earlier, so, okay, good.
Yes.
There we go. Calcium chloride.
Salt, that's salt.
So here are more views, close-up views of the bridge. It was built in 1933, at least the interior section. Then it was widened in 1953. But even in 1953, this structure has well exceeded its useful life. There's severe deterioration in the abutment walls with heavy cracking filled with the calcium deposits. So a structure usually consists of 3 components. There's the superstructure or the slab deck, and then there's the walls, the abutment walls, and then there's the foundation. So we've talked about 2 components of the bridge. We've talked about the slab structure and its deterioration, and we've talked about the abutment walls and its deterioration. In this view, we have the foundation. Their inspector is using a probe, red and white probe, and there's brittle areas in some sections of the foundation where there's foundation loss. You can see him flashing the flashlight, and you can see how the foundation is crumbling into gravel rock. That's not all the way across the foundation. That's just in certain areas. And you can see that the inspector can probe very deep. And in the right photo, the inspector uses his probe, and it's on top of the foundation, so at least it's solid. It's solid there. But we shouldn't see the foundation, so it's exposed. And there's no safety concerns here, but eventually that can lead to undermining, so we want to monitor all parts of the foundation. So the structure, even if we were to start in 1953, that's still 69 years of age and has well exceeded its useful life. And so Airway Road, There's impacted property owners. Most of the impacted property owners are on the south side of the road. There's Flying Ace Car Wash, Circle K Store. There's Five Star Detail, Midas Auto Repair, Papa John's Pizza. Those are all the businesses on the south side of the road that are moderately impacted by this project. And on the north side is the United States Air Force Base. Actually, we're technically not on their property, so that's good news. So our goal is to replace the superstructure and, well, replace the entire structure with a new slab structure. There will also be new wing walls attached to the structure and new what's called gabion walls. Gabion walls are walls made of rocks and stones encased in chain link steel.
What's it called again?
Gabion walls, Gabion.
Okay, thank you.
So we might see maybe a picture of that in the hearing. And so here in this view, we have right-of-way on the plan sheet. I have two properties shaded in red and blue. Those are temporary easements on the south side of the road. And we're going to use those easements to build the south side of the structure. There's also a curb and gutter that swings around to the driveway to the Five Star Detail and Midas. And there's also a driveway on the southwest side of the bridge that goes to Flying Ace Car Wash and goes into Circle K Store. So the good news is the signs will not be affected. This green shaded areas is a utility easement. So in addition to temporary and permanent easements to build the structure and the curb and grading and all those things, we have a utility easement so that we can replace a gas main on the south side of the road. Center Point Energy, I believe. So we'll need that easement to have them do an underground relocation. So it's going to go underneath the channel and come back up. And so these were the signs I was talking about earlier. We'll have construction, we'll have phase construction. It'll be a temporary inconvenience, but all the signs will be up. They will not be disturbed. Businesses or customers will be able to see your signs, and they'll be able to have access during construction. Some of the access may become, depending on the phase, it may have to use the main entrance to the Airway shopping plaza, but they'll have that access and still be able to turn right out only out of their businesses. So here's 5 Detail and Papa John's. Pretty much the same thing. you'll be able to have access to those properties. So in phase one of the project, we'll build the north half of the structure and maintain 2 lanes of traffic on Airway Road on the south side of the structure. And there'll be 1 lane of traffic going east and westbound in each direction. And in phase 2, we'll flip the script and we'll build the south half of the structure, and then there'll be 2 lanes of traffic on the north half of the structure with 1 lane of traffic in each direction. And you'll still have left turn access at the traffic intersection light of Whitman and Harshman. So this project is going to cost approximately $1.7 million. And the right-of-way will be determined by a third-party appraiser. The cost will be covered mostly through permissive tax, county road AD&G, and we did receive funding for Ohio Public Works Commission. So the design is scheduled from January 21st to April 22nd. We have met the April 22nd date. The design is 100% complete. And we'll have right-of-way June 2022 to October 2022. And we plan to advertise early January of 2023 and start construction in March or early spring of 2023. And I'd be happy to answer your questions, or, I can go into more detail as far as the right-of-way impacts during the hearing.
I have no questions.
I assume all of the owners of property around there have been notified and,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, they've been notified. One even called me today, so I keep them notified.
I want to have a safe bridge.
All right.
Thanks, Cedric.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cedric.